Welcome to Inner Racing by Motorsport Mind. This is the audio version of my popular monthly free video series on mental skills in motorsport. I'm your host Greg, and I'm here to share with you practical insights and strategies to help you enhance your mental racing performance both on and off the track. So get ready as we dive deep and explore the mindset behind successful racing, and as we look at practical ways that you can sharpen your racing mental skills performance and gain a competitive edge when you go racing. Let's get started. Hi everybody, Greg here, and last week we did part one of the sort of like components of calm. We were talking about how in his book, The Art of Clear Thinking, Hazard Lee was talking about the sort of qualities that pilots and test pilots and fighter pilots have. And, you know, I shared with you how I started to think, well, hang on, those are exactly the same as drivers and riders. But the big thing that comes out of that is our ability to think critically, our ability to make good decisions, our ability to strategically plan our own performance, our performance on track, our weekend, our season, all comes from being calm. And in this video, I want to look at what are the components of calm, what are the ones that we can actually work on, and how do they affect our overall calmness when we go racing. So the first thing about calmness is not to make the mistake that it's the same as being relaxed. There's a little bit of a semantic thing there, but they are different. I tend to think of calm as being in control. And when I'm in control, I'm taking in information, I'm assessing it, I'm making decisions based on that information. I'm aware of my surroundings, I'm aware of my own state. And when I am calm, I have a much better sense of control. I know how I'm going to feel, how I'm going to react, and there's a predictability about it. When I'm not calm, well, who knows what's going to happen? I'm not taking in information, I'm embroiled in lots of noise in my head, I'm probably emotional, I'm going to be reactive. It's not a good thing. So when we're calm, we're far more likely to perform well. So when I'm calm, my thoughts, emotions, and behaviours can all be chosen rather than them choosing me. You know, we spoke a few weeks ago about the elephant in the room kind of thing. We're talking about the unconscious being like a rampaging elephant. And again, if we are aware of our state before we go racing, we can ensure that we are calm when we go racing. So let's look at some of the components. So think of calm as the sort of central hub. And what are the things that are attached to the central hub that can make a difference and contribute to us being calm? So the first thing is awareness, right? Because if I'm not aware, I'm not going to take any action to ensure that I'm calm. I'm just blindly going about my business. So an awareness of how I'm thinking, how I'm feeling, how I'm acting, the people around me, my environment, what's happening. Awareness is key to managing my calm, because if I'm not aware of anything, I'm just not going to take any action. So awareness is the first thing when we're thinking about calm, because I have to be aware of it, I have to be measuring it to be able to change it. Second thing that is a big contributor to calm is process, routine. Remember, our unconscious, if it exists, loves certainty, and it loves to know what's going to be happening. This is one of the major generators of noise. When we generate noise, it's my unconscious trying to come up with solutions to and all the possibilities and all the ramifications and all the possible scenarios. That's just noise. And that is coming from a lack of certainty about what's going to be happening. So the more process and routine I can introduce into my weekend and structure, the more certainty I'm creating. So that contributes towards my calm. And whether that's getting all your kit ready the week before you go racing, makes you calmer. Taking control of your sleep and making sure that you know what you're eating when you go racing, whether you pre-order these frozen meals that a lot of drivers and riders do, or whether you've already scoped it out on Google Street View where you're going to be eating and you know the choices that you're going to be making. You're just creating certainty. You're just creating a little bit more knowns. It's like when we do keywords and kind of like tools, we're creating certainty. So that process and routine and structure gives us certainty, which makes us calmer. The next thing that makes us calmer is actually taking action. So self-management, so whether that's breathing, monitoring our HRV, taking time to do body scans, mastering these tools, and state setting, making sure that you know how to set your state well so that when you go out on track, you're the driver or rider that you want to be. So again, we're taking control, we're making things happen, we're setting our state, we're in charge, we have a process, so we're going to be calm. The next one is competence. If I am not competent, I will not be confident. Competence means that I know what the output is for a given input. It is predictable. Therefore, I don't need to be thinking, oh, what's going to happen if I do that? Or, oh, I don't know if I can pull this off. No, because I know that my input equals the output, 9.5 times out of 10. So competence and confidence, completely linked. If I'm not competent at something, I'm certainly not going to be competent about it. And when we start to look at confidence, many people know, you all know, I'm not a fan of the word confidence. I think it's more about beliefs. But when we think of the CRC triangle, calm, relaxed, and confident, an increase in any of them kind of affects the other two sides. If I increase my calmness, I probably increase my relaxedness as well. But I'm probably feeling a bit more confident as well because I'm not under threat if I'm feeling calm. So if I increase my confidence because I'm more competent, I'm probably going to be calmer. And if I'm calmer, knock-on effect of that's probably a bit more relaxation as well. If I increase my relaxation, I certainly feel calm. And if I'm relaxed, I can't feel under threat about what's about to happen, so I must be fairly competent at it, so I'm going to be more confident. And you see that they're all connected. So this sort of idea of competence, relaxation, calmness, and confidence all go together to help us to be calmer, because I know what's going to happen. I know what I'm capable of. I know how to perform at my very best, and I know how I feel when I'm performing that way. So some other components to go in. Obviously, sleep. We've spoken about sleep many times. If I am fatigued or tired, I am an emotional hand grenade. I will not be calm. Might feel calm right now, but I'm on a hair trigger. So that's a big factor in being calm. 2, hydration and nutrition. It can affect us in some very subtle but very big ways when we go racing. And it can really affect the amount of load that we perceive we're under. And when our load goes up and we experience more stress mentally and physically, up goes the noise, down goes the calm. So that can affect us as well. Your environment, the people around you. Remember, your environment's everything that's not you. So people, bricks, mortar, sights, smells, sounds. How your environment, right? Imagine if you're a lover of Debussy and all you've got is somebody in the garage that plays Pantera and Sepultura all the time, and Testament and thrash metal all the time. That's probably going to affect your state and prevent you from being calm through frustration of having to listen to it. The sound of it makes you uptight and whatever. That's going to affect your ability to be calm. So your environment, managing your environment, and people around you. So if you're your home race and there's lots of friends, family, sponsors, that managing your time, managing your environment so you reduce that extra load will help to increase your calm. The next, organisation generally. Just not winging it. Whether that's a race weekend, whether that's a season, whether that's your pre-season or in between season, your off-season preparation and maintenance, don't wing it. Have a plan. Again, plans create security, increases our calm, reduces the mental noise. So organisation is key, and having processes again. The next one, mental tools. I say it all the time. Knowing something doesn't change it, it's doing something that does. It's the actions that count. Positive thinking's great, positive actions is better. So actually doing the things. It's not a case of being able just to do it to the high standard of that'll do, but being able to do it well and being able to do it consistently. And when we start to realise how important calm is to our whole performance, it is key that we work on our mental skills. We don't just do our sessions, but we are practicing our mental skills in between sessions, in between race weekends, so that when we need them, they're there and they work at their very, very best for us. And lastly, communication. Communication, it's the grease on the wheels, isn't it? If you have a good rapport, a good relationship, good communication, you feel supported with the people that go with you to races, with the team, with your mechanic, your engineers, it makes all the difference. If I don't have good communication and there's tension there or there's poor communication there, it's going to increase my bucket, reduce my calm again. I'm going to find everything just a little bit antagonizing, a little bit frustrating. They don't understand me. I don't. It all just generates friction. So again, communication is a key component of being calm, being able to give good feedback as well as receive good feedback. So good communication is key to calm as well. So overall, when we look at our preparation, our performance, calm is in everything. It is the key to your high performance. Being able to do something, to be able to sit in a room on a sim and do a certain time is one thing. Being able to do it in the real world is another. Or vice versa, depending on which you find more stressful. Some people find the real world less stressful. Some people find the sim more stressful. But either way, it's our level of calm that's affecting our performance. So fighter pilots, astronauts, drivers and riders, calm is the thing that allows you to perform at your best. It's the thing that allows you to make decisions. It's the thing that allows you to have good awareness. It's the thing that allows you to put what you have learned from all those hours and hours that you've invested in your skill. It's the thing that allows you to put it into practice. Because if you're not calm, everything goes out the window. So calm and the components of calm and high performance is super, super important. So the simple one question is, how can you take control of your calm and improve it so that you improve your performance? Remember, one of my favorite phrases, calm equals smart equals fast. We could rewrite that as calm equals smart equals performance. It's true. It's just true. So any thoughts, any comments, any questions about calm, let me know and I'll speak to you in the next video. Take care. Bye.
And that wraps up another episode of Inner Racing by Motorsport Mind. I hope you found this month's topic valuable in your journey towards peak performance in your racing. To stay updated with the latest content, be sure to subscribe to the newsletter, download the app, and subscribe to the blog. Just visit motorsportmind.com or follow the links.